My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is June 10th, 2023. It is 4:13 a.m. I just finished record, I believe, the third part of Harry witness statement. So I still have more to read, but I want to take a break from it and then to keep up with what's going on Twitter for you guys. Okay, so I have several tweets to share with you. I have 6 tweets regarding UK topic in terms of politics. I will try to go over them really quickly, not to go into full detail. And I have 13 tweets regarding William, Kate, King Charles, Harry, court information, and Archie's birthday. 9 of them regarding Archie's birthday and things like that. Okay, so let's get started with the UK politics. This is the first one. I bookmark my response to that, to Dawn Butler. Dawn Butler is a MP, which I've mentioned many times on some of my videos on here and on PYTE. One of the things that I've always said, you know, history will treat her well because she stood up in front of the lion, so to speak. Oh my God, I forgot the name. The little girl in front of the bull. Oh my God, the other day I looked it up. I can't think of the name right now. Okay, so the fearless girl, that's it, fearless girl. Okay, that's the statue that's standing in front of Wall Street. You have that little girl standing in front of a huge bull. So this is what Dawn Butler represent to me, because at the time this was the most unpopular things to do, but she stood her ground. Her ethic, her values stood up and said, you guys were lying. Okay, he's lying, he's doing this. What did they do? They tossed her out of there, of the parliament. Okay, so this is me here responding to her, and I'm gonna go into her tweet here. Okay, first let me read hers. I think it makes sense to read hers and then read my comment and then go into hers. Okay, remember when I was thrown out of parliament for calling Boris Johnson a liar, which was more unparliamentary. Maybe it's time for a discussion. Okay, so there's me responding to that. I retweeted out. Okay, yes, I remember. I've discussed your bravery many times on my YouTube channel. You have my respect, and I hope Brits recognize your bravery, and when they vote for their future, they vote for someone with similar courage as you. History will treat you well. Okay, so let me go into it and see. I think there was a video of her. Yep, there's a video of her. She put it where she stood there to, you know, call what she saw, what was happening in her own 2 eyes. Okay, there's that here. I have been thrown. She retweeted herself, which was back in 2021. This is what she tweeted when she was thrown out. Okay, I have been thrown out of parliament for saying what we all know. Boris Johnson has lied to the House of Commons and the country over and over again. But I've got news for the Tories. I will never stop speaking truth to power. Very good. Okay, so it's 4 minutes. Let's listen. Okay.
Butler. Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Madam Deputy Speaker, during the last 18 months, it has been a tale of the good, the bad and the ugly. The good in that the people of Brent and elsewhere have joined together to form mutual aid groups, religions have come together, found common ground, and strangers are now firm friends. The bad in this government's catastrophic handling of the pandemic, the mixed messages, corruption in plain sight, and the authoritarian laws and erosion of our democracy. And the ugly. Racism has reared its ugly head in society, spurred on by government reports and the hyping up of the culture war and the war on woke. And whilst the NHS was coping with 130,000 people dying from the pandemic, the Prime Minister was making his mates rich. Cronyism is rife, old chums are given jobs regardless of their skill set and some a little bit on the side. This has been one big experiment for this corrupt authoritarian race.
She was talking the truth. everything. Some of the things that I've highlight on my channel. Okay, like when I'm saying the monarchy hiring people for billions of pounds to do work, and I'm like, don't they have like a open thing for people to bid for the job, and whoever have the best possible price and they pick? This is the thing that she's highlighting here. Whoever voted for her, good for you guys. You guys need people like that. It doesn't have to be black or whatever, but if someone with this kind of courage, integrity, self-respect, and stand up for your right, she was standing for your rights, people. But this is what they did to her back in 2021.
This is enabling government, and I'm not scared, Madam Deputy Speaker, of saying it like it is. The government said we need to talk about class, so let's do it. Let's call it out, this toxic elitism once and for all. Highlight Byline Times, Good Law Project, Novara Media, Open Democracy, Amnesty, Liberty, all exposing the government, and the government's response is to spend public money defending the indispensable. Funny how there's no money for the NHS staff, but £1 billion
Wow.
of contracts have been awarded to Conservative donors. Ministers were not involved, we were told, but then Good Law Project exposed emails from the Prime Minister's advisors and the Home Secretary lobbying for money. This corrupt authoritarian approach of the government would be condemned and investigated if it was happening anywhere else in the world. The 1% believe they owe nothing to society. They don't believe in the NHS because they don't support it. But this week I spoke to oral youth writer Manuel Nadim. She wrote, "Let anti-racism be both common logic and law. May we have more accountability than apologies. May performative placeholders posts be followed by policy. When the future arrives, let the minimum wage be the living wage. Let survival be birthright. And when the poor cannot pay with anything else, let us not ask them to pay with their lives."
Wow.
Madam Deputy Speaker, poor people in our country have paid with their lives because the Prime Minister spent the last 18 months misleading this House and the country. Peter Stefanik from the CW has over 27 million views on his online, and let me tell you some of them. He highlights that the Prime Minister said the economy has grown by 73%. It's just not true. Reinstated nurses bursary, just not true. There wasn't an app working anywhere in the world, just isn't true. Tories invested 34 billion in the NHS, not true. The Prime Minister said we have severed the link between infection and serious disease and death. Not only is this not true, Madam Deputy Speaker, but it is dangerous, and it's dangerous to lie in the pandemic. And I'm disappointed that the Prime Minister has not come to the House to correct the record and to correct the fact that he has lied to this House and the country over and over again.
Good.
Order. I'm sure that the member will reflect on her words she's saying, perhaps correct the record.
Madam Deputy Speaker, what would you rather, a weakened leg or a severed leg? You know, at the end of the day, the Prime Minister has lied to this House time and time again. And it's funny that we get in trouble in this place for calling out the lie rather than the person lying.
Order, order, order.
Very good.
Order.
Wow.
Can you please reflect on your words and withdraw your remarks?
Deputy Speaker, I've reflected on my words, and somebody needs to tell the truth in this House that the Prime
God.
Minister has lied.
Good. Good, good, good. For some people who...
Under the power given me by Standing Order number 43, I order the member to withdraw immediately from the House for the remainder of the...
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. She's like, nope, she's telling the truth. And then her truth just been vindicated. All right, let's see here. Okay, yeah, the irony. Okay, you were spot on then and spot on now. Okay, still you learn to respect parliamentary process and conduct. Well, she was telling the truth. Oh my goodness, you are full of hate, just nasty, all over birthday cake, ridiculous. All right, so I say I'm not gonna go too much into all of this, but I wanted you to get
Thank you,
to see what's going on here. So let's go to the next tweet. Still is regarding politics in the UK. Okay, so let me pause this so I don't laugh. Okay, this is Dr. Shola. Okay, UK news. Boris Johnson resigned as MP with immediate effect because Privileges Committee found the bloody liar guilty of misleading parliamentary over Partygate. U.S. News, twice impeached liar Donald Trump is indicted with criminal charges for possession of classified documents. All I'm thinking with those classified documents, my God, my God, my God. Okay, so these, when you look at throughout early 20s, the thing that I was, 2020s, the things that I was sharing with you, the parallel, the thing that I was, this is another parallel. Look at how they both come and crash almost the same day. Almost the same day. Now, the UK have a lifeline. Okay? They have a lifeline to at least shape something, shape their future completely different. The US still under huge strain, even though, Donald Trump is in trouble right now. We still have a huge battle. We want to make sure no one come in to pardon him. There has to be something in place for him not to be pardoned for the amount of crime that he created. Okay, let me read 2 or 3 comments here. Okay, I'm with you, Dr. Schuller. What a great day. Jesus said, today I have time for the tiny island called England. Let's get to work. Then he thought, let me deal with Trump too. All right, what was it? There was this Pat Patterson or something, I think, died the day before. Where have you been? You've been missed. Boris saying they brought him down, plot, blah, blah, blah. He forgot when he, Rab, Gove, and other plotted to bring down Theresa May. What goes around comes around. Justice. All right, after this, that's it. It's been a long time coming for both lying crooks, for face some small consequences, for truly deplorable behaviors, fingers or crossed that the tide is changing for justice and consequences. Injustice went on for far too long, waiting for karma for ugly UK media and their royal enablers. Today, I feel like the world is working in the right direction for once, as long as it continues. That's what we need to do, because these people are good at that, to change course. They see the red flag, they see the marking on the wall, they're already planning to change course. Okay, this where we are now, what brought it? Because of President Obama, who was president. Okay, I told you, I saw the minute it happened, things that was happening. There's one video, I think I call it cyber surprise or cyber attack or something. I never put it up because when I did that video, I raised a lot of issues, things that I was seeing. I spoke about religion, politics, and all of that. And I was new, and I didn't want to come full blast on people and then, get crushed. But it was the truth. If I do have Patreon, that's where it's gonna go. This is one video that will not be on YouTube. It's gonna be on Patreon. No matter which tier you decided to choose, everybody's gonna see it. Okay? Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. That's still about politics. UK politics, that is. Okay, there's this here. Hi, at the Sun. Your boys took one hell of a beating. Alright, so there's this here. Still talking about the same topic. Okay, Trump's talk to Sun. I back Boris. Okay, this one I cannot see. There's here, President behind Bojo for Prime Minister, shocked by Meghan Jab. What date was that? Okay, let's go back. What date was that? Did they show the date? Okay, I don't see the date. If when I'm editing I see it, no. If I see it when I'm, there it is. Okay, Saturday, June 1st, 2019. So that was 2019. So that was leading to the 2020 election. Okay, BBC breaking news. Former UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson to step down as Conservative MP Member of Parliament with immediate effect after receiving Partygate report. There's that. There's this here, BBC again. Donald Trump has been charged in Mar-a-Lago classified documents investigation and will appear in court in Miami on Tuesday. All right, so that's that. Let's read whatever's there, and that's it. Oh, this is a top tier post. Thoughts with Harry Cole at this difficult time. Right, seeking specialized. Let me make sure. Yep, that's a commercial. Oh, let's see what this is about. Okay, no problem. Happy to. I noticed your tweet about politics, football, cricket, whatever. All right. As reporter, prepared to descend on Uxbridge and South Woolwich. Spare thought for the lady and what I think is the most viral video I've ever made. 8 seconds. What is that? Okay, that's completely different, but let's listen to it and then go to the next one.
Just here in Uxbridge today, Boris Johnson's constituency.
Don't you ever mention that name in front of me, that filthy piece of toe rag.
Just here in Uxbridge today, Boris Johnson's constituency.
Don't you ever mention that name in front of me, that filthy piece of toe rag.
Filthy provide. I hope people remember all of this when they go vote. When they go vote. The same thing in the UK, same thing in the US. I hope people remember what the country went through so they could put their head in their on their shoulder. All right, next tweet. Boris' preemptive resignation cannot diminish the significance of privilege committee's finding. Latest from me for whatever this is on this evening dramatic news. I was reading some of the comments. There were some things that caught my attention. Okay, let's read this. Okay, what forced him to resign like this? Is it just another tactic, or will committee's findings be key and preventing him from standing as MP, whether conservative or independent? Is that possible? If so, something where the rules need to be changed. Okay, yes indeed, perhaps comment speaker could now take time to reflect on his role and allow Prime Minister Johnson to mislead Parliament. In a typical style, Boris Johnson has quit, attempting to shape his own narrative. Always this. All right, this is the one that I wanted to read. Okay, can his honors list be rescinded? Let's see here. I didn't read this. A former MP's list presented to the king. Okay, pretty please. Okay, so he probably made some stuff for the king to give some sort of those little medals. Okay, so the people are saying, can his honors list be rescinded? Okay, that's something I would like to know after this. But they all are liars, so liars support liars. But anyway, let's go to the next one. Another UK government kind of thing. Okay, to the rest of the world, the great blank 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 is slowly rejoining Britain. We just have a few more loose ends to clean up, like the corrupt British media. This is a happy Friday and the soon to be making Britain great again. I thought that was very interesting. Okay, and that's the truth. Okay, 100% people are dancing. All right, so there's this here. This I'll come to it later. Okay, let me like it just in case I don't come across it. I could, you know what, let's cover it and get it out of the way. Prince Harry home, he flew commercial American Airlines, so he met this person who took a picture with him. Look at him in his relaxed clothes. All right, so that's that, and the spare. Okay, just found this in my luggage that a passenger gave to me. All right, so that's I guess that's the guy who was taking picture. Him. Yeah. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. That was not, oh, did I? Yeah, this is my last tweet in terms of UK politics. Okay, this image as Rose Joe arguing, oh no, that's US politics, sorry, this is not UK politics, this is US politics. Okay, this image at Rose Joe arguing before Justice Jackson reflects the sacrifice of generation of black people who fought to become full citizen with representation at the highest level of our democracy. Taking a minute to honor those that came before as we celebrate, all right, the historic voting right victory the Supreme Court handed down today. All right, read here. I'm gonna click on this. Let me read this and get it out of the way and go into that. Maybe I'll read the first paragraph or something. All right, this is just wonderful. A retweet is a requirement and a must. Indeed, powerful. All right, so let me click on that. The link of it will be in the description for you guys to check out. Let me see how many pages. Oh, it's a lot. Oh my God, what? 112 pages. Okay, 112 pages. So let me see what was said on the first page. This is the first page. Okay, Supreme Court of the United States. Alabama Secretary of State Etal Milligant appeal from the United States District Court for the Northern District of Alabama. The issue presented is whether the districting plan adopted by the state of Alabama for its 2022 congressional election likely violated 2 of the Voting Rights Act 52, that's the section here, as originally enacted in 1965, Okay, there's the act here. Act tracked the language of the 15th Amendment, providing that the right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. The city of okay, it's very small. The city of Mobile versus Bolden. Okay, so that's another section he's making reference to. This court held that the 15th Amendment, and thus to prohibit states from acting with a racially discriminatory motivation or on invidious purpose to discriminate, but it does not prohibit laws that are discriminatory only in effect. Okay, 61 to 65, plurality opinion, criticism followed, with many viewing mobile intent tests as not sufficiently protective of voting rights, but others believe that adoption of an effect test will inevitably require a focus on proportionality, calling voting laws into question whenever a minority group won fewer seats in the legislature than its share of the population. Congress ultimately resolved this debate in 1982, reaching a bipartisan compromise that amended to incorporate both an effect test and robust disclaimer that nothing, and to establish a right to have members of a protective class elected in number equal to their proportion in the population. Oh my goodness. But anyway, there's a lot, and it's very small for me to read, and I can't even enlarge it. Okay, so if you care, you want to read 100+ pages, okay, the link will be in the description. So now, okay, I'm 22 minutes here. So now let's go back to Twitter. I am going to read things regarding the royal family. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna divide this into two separate videos, but let's continue.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness, and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.